Then take them off right now. I'm not wearing underpants either.
I don't like them, and they're not good, but I also really prefer them to no underpants.
Oh, no. Today's a no underpants day.
Yikes. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I need that extra layer.
Blood, vomit, and a Mother's Day recap. All this and more on today's Brilliant Observations. Do, 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 do. Ask me if I'm wearing underpants. In fact, don't
ask. Don't want to ask. I also feel like the answer is going to be one that I don't like.
I think you should
take.
I think you should take your underpants off right now.
You're not going to relate. No one's going to relate, and it's only going to humiliate me. But the reality is, these underwear no longer conform to my body, so they cause attention to themselves in undelightful ways. Frequently.
Throw them out. Throw them out immediately.
I feel like I don't even need to give you any extra information except to know that my underwear appear to have their own mobility, and nobody wants that in an undergarment. You're supposed to go where I tell you and stay there until I remove you. That's it.
I mean, that's ideal, but I think because they did not do so, they should be in the trash can.
These are à la poubelle. These are really move-aroundy. They absolutely are move-aroundy in, again, ways that are not delightful. There might be some undergarments that you want to be surprised where they are the next time you check on them, but not me.
No.
I feel like I want a no surprise underwear.
If I'm wearing you at all, I want you to be where I put you. If I don't want you there, I won't put you on. I put you there for a reason. Stay.
I think you're all correct. I think these are correct assumptions.
How often do you buy new underwear?
Well, I'll tell you, Melissa, it's far less frequent than you think.
I'm so glad you asked. It gives me the opportunity to share with you. I don't wear them anymore.
Well, they don't even make the underwear that I like anymore. They've found no market for them. They've stopped making them. So I did that thing like Elaine hoarding sponges on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I went and bought as many as I thought I could possibly, and I have exhausted all of them. And it was a big uproar when they stopped making my underpanties. And
is there a brand that chose
to
shun you?
No, they're not even great. They're not even great, but they were great. They're not great, but let me say it like, what am I trying to say? They were not a luxury brand.
Yeah.
And yet they had luxury performance. So they were kind of a cult
Until
they stopped making
performing.
Them. In which case, everybody freaked out and went immediately to try and go scoop them up and hoard them. And now, like I say, I've exhausted all of those stores, meaning my warehouses of them. So the only thing that I don't have any left now. So I have to just buy these new ones, which are the knockoff brand of the knockoff brand. They're no good. And I've totally migrated into grandmama underpantalones in the sense
Big fan.
In the sense that they're really tight. They're like the ones that go like this on you. You put them on and they like a bathing suit is tight. Like you put them on and they're a snap. They feel like that. And they have a high cut on the leg, which is meaningless because what's the point of that? They cover the entire rump area and they come up to your waist, which is super dumb, but I love it.
I love it too. I love it too.
Now.
I don't wear them with low-waisted things or
I do, and I let everybody look because I'm like, guess what's on under there? Hot panted underpants. Wow! I'm so sexy. They come out of the woodwork to find me. They love it.
Okay, we're kicking off today with 30 seconds with Amy, and in those 30 seconds, she is going to name as many of these items as she can in 30 seconds. Amy.
Yes.
For the next 30 seconds, please name for dear listener things you hoard.
Oh.
Go.
Trash, brown paper bags, books, figurines, pet hair, socks, linens, cans of beans, broken kitchen appliances, children's games, pillows, items of zero value that I also believe have intrinsic value, electronics, paper. Let's see, computers.
Stop.
That counts as electronics.
Okay.
I hoard a lot of stuff.
So I think you took this personally.
Well,
And
all
that
I
is
had to do
not
just
what I
glance
was
around
doing.
my room. All I had to do was glance around my room. Well, you said things you hoard. Who's the you in this case?
I thought
The
it was
universal you.
I thought it was
this
more
is
of
like the King Charles you.
YA' hoard. You hoard,
okay.
not you hoard.
Like ramen. Like, what do people hoard?
Well, our friends have a parent who hoarded for a long time packages from QVC and ready for this? Cake mix boxes.
Ew.
250 boxes of cake mix
What?
just hanging out in her house. And you never know when you're going to have a massive party and you're going to need.
And you need some stale, rancid, rotting,
years
desiccated cake mix. No.
But that show Hoarders, I thought I was looking for animals, newspapers, magazines, all periodicals.
Okay. Oh, sure. Yeah, those are good.
Okay, dear listener, I can't. She's laughing already. I get
Just don't. We're
the
supposed to be filming
honor.
behind the scenes. We're supposed to be filming behind the scenes, and we're not filming it.
I
So you're
get
not going to
the
get anything she's
honor.
going to do right now, which is to mock me when she just saw what I did. I'm sorry. I wanted a drink, so I made a drink. That's all. It's just a drink. Just stop it. I'm allowed to have a drink. Okay.
Dear
Dick.
listener, Amy, what kind of drink did you make for yourself?
Just shut up. Just shut up. It's just a drink. It's just a regular hydration drink.
Fuck you. It is not even close. Amy, look at me. This is a regular hydration drink. It is agua. That's all it is. It's water in a sippy cup like a fucking child.
Okay, take a picture. Just take a picture.
What
I'm
are
not
you?
ever gonna take a
I'm
picture.
going to have to take a picture because it's not that it's ridiculous. It's incredible, but it is also ridiculous. Okay, I got you.
So all it is,
Yes.
I was thirsty. Let's start with the obvious. I was thirsty, and I had water in a thin-walled glass, as one does. And I thought to self, I need to refill the rest of this glass so that I will have a full glass during our podcast recording moment.
Okay, so you
And
put
then-
water in.
Next to me,
Uh-oh.
in the drying area by the sink, was this wine glass. And I thought, oh, you're delightful. I think I'm going to use you. So I poured my water into the wine glass, and it was equally not enough, super low. So I thought, okay, I need to put more in there. And I looked in the little drinks fridge, and lo and behold, there was some blackberry lemonade sparkling water, whatever they call it, seltzer. And I thought, how delightful. So I poured that into the glass. And then I realized I also have blackberries fresh and lemons fresh. So why wouldn't I make a fun little garnish for my blackberry lemon sparkling
Things
water?
Melissa would never say for 1,000, Alex. And
So-
I won.
I put them in a decorative pick, and I sort of, was attentive about it. And it's kind of, stop making these weird eyeballs. It's like your brain is going to squirt through your nose. Stop it.
All right.
Stop
I'm sorry.
it.
I just have this blue water bottle that I suck down after a workout, during a workout, before, after, and she pulls up this like hurricane glass. She says wine glass, but that ain't it, girls. So she pulls, and it's got a skewer in it, which she just stabbed herself in the eyeball with the skewer. The skewer in it with berries and citrus and everything
Okay,
with this
okay,
woman is
okay.
nice
Just
and
stop.
beautiful.
Just stop.
And
Wouldn't you like to have it?
Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?
It's delicious. Okay. It's just
is it?
water.
Amy, we've talked in the past about the fact that you are a gamer. Maybe not in the traditional sense of you are competing with your children for, I don't know, records? Not sure. What the fuck is going on with you and my friend Fishdom?
Oh my God. Okay. So, number one,
One,
Fishdom is great.
I don't play it.
And you're foolish. And everybody that I have indoctrinated into Fishdom
Yes.
loves to look down their snout at me for playing Fishdom. And then, lo and behold, 1 short hour later, their eyes are twitching
In
and
the
their thumbs can't
Emerald
get enough.
City, one
Okay.
short day. Yes.
So I have convinced my friend Janine to start playing Fishdom, which she did, and now she's addicted and hooked. And I've been giving her tips, right, over text, just like, she's like, I'm so embarrassed, but also, what's the tip? So I gave her the tip, right, just the tip. Then I'm on a team, as you know, and our team
I'm trying
has
so
recently...
hard not to fucking laugh at you. Go ahead, your team.
Okay, so this is a global team, number one.
A global team.
So,
I'm with you.
So, Okay, so what happens is there's a text function. There's equivalent. It's like a chat function in the game where you can communicate with each other. And I don't participate in that at all. The reason I'm on the team is it gives me free lives and it gives you bonuses in the game. So that's the reason to do it. When you join up in a team, your rewards are higher. That's why I do it. There are people on this team who have become inactive players. So I'm sorry to refer to him this way, but this is his screen name, Machu Picchu, who is the head of our team. Stop it. Stop it, you're a bitch. So he's the head of, so Machu Picchu had taken a hiatus, and some of the other
How old
people
are you?
were worried about him, and they said, we're so glad you're back.
Did you have
and
a
we missed you,
wellness
and
check
how's your
for
health
Machu
and all this."
Picchu?
So Machu Picchu was glad to be back, and he said, I've recommitted. That's what he said, recommitted to the game, and I've cleared house, and he kicked 9 of the members out off our team, 9, for low results and inactive
After
play.
he was gone, he came
Yeah.
back,
Yeah.
reestablished his presence, and booted everyone else.
Bingo. So I, of course, invited Janine to join our team because now we have room for her.
Oh, my God.
So it's excited. So we'll see if she joins. In any event, and of course, my screen name, if you're looking for me, is Happy Gal. Don't ask me when I came up with this or why. I don't even know where, but so I'm Happy Gal, and our team is Beach Bums. And good luck trying to join because I bet all 9 slots are gone. In any event, I was playing Fishdom as you do, and my child came up to me and asked
Machu
for
Picchu
something.
was on Beach Moms?
Beach Bums.
Oh, bums. Okay.
Beach Bums. So my child came up to me. He was looking for something, I don't know, food. He needed to be driven somewhere, something totally unimportant, right? So I'm playing Fishdom. Yes.
A
And
commitment
so-
I didn't make. He did.
So he's asking me to, blah, 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 blah. And I happen to say, I'm doing a timed thing right now, which is really stressful anyway, and I'm in first place, and I just need to finish what I'm doing. And my husband looked over at me with the full weight of dead seriousness, and he went, "In the world?" Because he legitimately thought that I could possibly be in first place in Fishdom in the world. That's how frequently I play this game. That he legitimately thought, a game with over 1 billion players worldwide, that I am number 1, sitting next to him on the sofa, denying our youngest food.
In the Fishdom world, maybe, but not
So
in
he went, "In the world?" And I said, "No, in our tournament."
I am
And I was number 1 in
torn
that tournament,
between
and I did win that tournament.
being impressed that he feels your tireless commitment to this game is worthy of "in the world" kind of position, and horrified.
Well, I laughed really hard, really for a long time about it. And then it occurred to me, do you know what? Why wouldn't I be number 1 in the world at something that I want to do? I'm a successful person.
And you're committed to this Fishdom game.
I have the hours. I have my 10,000 Malcolm Gladwell hours invested in Fishdom. I should and can rightly hold the position of number 1 Fishdom.
You are a
in the world, Happy
master.
Gal.
You're a master.
I think so. I'm just saying. And you know what? You can mock me all you want. It is excellent, and I do great, and it's a strategic game, and I don't care what you think, because it is like, I imagine what smoking is like for people. I've told you this before, because it stimulates me and relaxes me at the exact same time. My brain sort of goes into this, yeah, but also, and it's such a weird combination of things to happen. So it is, and I think that's why a lot of people love it.
I'd love to see a study on the brains as they play
I
these.
bet you it's like gambling. It's probably like how gamblers feel. Then there's all these studies that say that gamblers get a bigger high when they lose than when they win, because the only thing they're interested in is anticipating the result. And when you lose, you're guaranteed to play again. Your brain, so anticipating a result is better than the result itself. And when you lose, you get like a secondary dopamine hit of, oh, go again. So I
really
case
hate
you were
gambling.
curious,
I really do hate gambling. And I feel like right now, I don't know if it's the stage of our lives, but there's a wild resurgence of gambling. Like
Maybe.
people aren't getting enough excitement from shooting up schools and pulling into the wrong driveway and killing people. Like they're not getting enough excitement from their day to day that they need to ratchet it up just a little bit. But if it makes you feel any better, we have a dear friend who is a social worker, and she takes out at the end of every day, middle of every day, she takes out her iPad and she starts painting with a color by number, relaxing meditation paint thing.
Oh my God.
So I said, oh, at nighttime, we could I could do that. And it's an app, so it's not like you actually need markers or pencils. Like I got my father addicted to that, and my mother is both thrilled that she doesn't have to talk to him as much anymore because he disappears to paint, and disappointed that she doesn't even get to talk to him anymore because he disappears to paint.
It stresses me out. Coloring stresses me out so much. My child made me in art class. It wasn't his idea. From some of his photographs, they turned it into outlines, and then they turned that into a coloring book for Mother's Day.
I
So
love
he presented
that.
me with this. Yeah. So I have his photographs that are now made into outline in his coloring book. That's what I just held up and showed you behind the scenes. I was showing you my coloring book. Coloring stresses me out.
But
me
not
out.
if it's here's a number 6, go to number 6 and put 6 in there. It's
Maybe.
not. It's very meditative. It's very non-challenging. I have games too that I play just to get the stars for the next day, but I could put that down and come back in 2 weeks and pick it up if I want to again, and I don't feel that's something you're prepared to do right now. Put it down.
Well, I have thought about deleting it entirely, and I've stopped short of doing that because I also appreciate that it's a form of relaxation for me, and
Yeah.
it's something I like to do in the sense that I don't throw my televisions away either. I'm not worried about obsessively watching television. Do I watch more television than I want to? I guess maybe if I look at the total number of hours.
You don't
Do
have
I
to
play
look.
more
The
fishdom
phone
than I?
tells
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So the reality is, I do enjoy it. It's a stretch to say that I crave it, but I will tell you, I look forward to doing it, to getting to play fishdom. But I also would never choose it over something real in life. So I feel like that's just fine. And of all the things that I need to cut out of my life, fishdom's pretty low on the list. I have far more destructive habits baked into my everyday. So I'm really losing on a lot of fronts.
I'm glad you
so it's working out.
I'm glad
for
you
me.
baked those
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, yeah.
So we just celebrated Mother's Day. Was this
Happy Mother's Day.
is this a good year for you?
Yeah, we did low stress, which is my favorite. Our friends invited themselves over on Mother's Day, hilariously. Like 2 days in advance, they said, look, I know it's Mother's Day, and I know we're actually inviting ourselves over, but we're coming over to your house in the afternoon because there's this thing we want to watch, so let's all come to your house and watch it. And I was like, okay. So we had kind of a party in the afternoon. So that meant I knew that was happening, so I'd have to plan the menu and all the blah, 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 blah. As it turned out, 3 of us just went to breakfast the day before. And I counted that as my Mother's Day breakfast. And I was like,
That's nice.
I was like, I don't want a whole big rigmarole. I'm aware of what I'm eating, and I sort of don't want that disrupted with something that feels like a celebration for you, but it becomes a whole lot of work for everybody, and we'd still have to clean. So we just went out the day before, and then I got my flowers, which I love, and that was it. And then I had a whole house full of people, which I love. So
To watch
super
the
low key.
Sixers game.
No, it was my alma mater was in the playoff game for winning all the marbles for college lacrosse. They were up against Duke, and they had a chance to advance and win it all, and they lost by 1 hard-fought point. They almost made it to the next level, which is crazy. University of Delaware, let's go. So it was ridiculous that they have ascended. But frankly, it was an amazing game, and it was really fun to watch. It was crazy. It was fun. I enjoyed it. So, ha, ha, ha. So we had an afternoon of lacrosse watching. Michigan played first, so of course we watched that. And then Duke, God help me. Whatever. We watched lacrosse, college lacrosse. And we had all the teams there, including the team that is going on to play college lacrosse. And his team plays on TV all the time. So we were sort of talking about that. And I mean, it's just fun when you're used to sitting on the sidelines, and then you think, oh, we'll be gathered around ESPN and watching you in 4 months because you'll be on fucking TV. Like, that's just that's a neat thing. That's still new to me. So
I've never watched a lacrosse game on TV, but I did see the Sixers fucking tank on Sunday, and I was devastated.
We've been watching that too, and by we, I mean that's been on while I'm present in the home.
Yeah.
So I know that these things are happening, and I see the guy with the glistening beard and the guy with the hurt leg and all the things. Yep.
Yeah, and again, it's over, so okay. I mean, my favorite player with your glistening beard is a free agent, so I have no idea what's going to happen, but I'm in it to watch.
You like the guy with the glistening beard?
James Harden.
That's his name, I think.
Then yeah,
He needs to wash that beard.
he
I don't
washes
like it.
all. Oh, I love it.
Everyone
I love him.
says, oh, that's just sweat. Stop being gross. And I'm like, I don't like it. I don't
Oh, I
like
love
any
him.
part of it. It's glistening. It's gross.
But is it worse than blood or vomit?
I
Because
would
that
say
seems to be
no.
all over our board for today. Blood
Okay,
and
even
vomit.
when you said it, I thought, didn't we cover this last week? And good news for you, listener, we're doing it again. Okay, so last week,
Yeah, it was a tough
you
week for
shared,
us. Yeah.
you shared your heartfelt adoration
Love.
of Alex Bronstein. Is that her name?
Borstein.
Sure. So you were telling
Sure.
everybody how great she is, right? And I didn't realize
You
at the
backed
time of
in
viewing.
and shit on it.
I didn't realize at the time of viewing that she is also Lois on Family Guy.
Yep.
Like, I had no idea that was her. That's crazy to me. I would have led with that shit. Like, why do you not? Anyway, okay. So I committed to you, and I'm a man of my word, that I would watch the show again.
Yes.
And I did.
Full through. You saw 21 minutes last
Tits
time.
to nuts. I watched the whole thing. And I am here to tell you that it did get better, as you predicted, and that she did relax. And as I predicted, it was still way too long. The show was 1 hour and 21 minutes long, okay, for a comedy show. And that show should have been a hard 43 minutes, period. You stretch it maybe to an hour if you had to keep those songs, but I would say you don't need the songs and you don't need those two guys. You just didn't need any of that stuff. She could have reordered the content, cut out a lot of content, tightened it up, and it would have been of a class and in a league with every other comedy show, and there would have not been such harsh criticism. And the other thing that I want to say is that I am an outlier. I'm a very low percentage of people that hated with a true passion this entire show. She got in, what I put it in the notes, 86%. She got better than an 80 on Rotten Tomatoes.
It was
And that's hard to get.
fantastic. It was an amazing show. She brought
It's not.
back a full, hey, you give your opinion and I didn't, it's not you. The music
But
was
I'm-
necessary. It was crucial. Those friends of hers, hey, shut up. It's my
I'm trying to-
turn.
You don't get a turn.
Her friends who were on there with her that she discovered when she completely changed her life add so much to it. And I love the music that's in it. They are all picked carefully from David Bowie to Nina to Depeche Mode. Like, she just had some really good, to a song she faux wrote herself about. Right. You guys absolutely go see it. And when you do, go right to Facebook, Brilliant Observations or Brill Squad, and let us know what you think. We really want to know. Are you on Team Missy, where she's bringing back just a funny, outgoing, beautiful show, full show, not I tell a joke, you laugh, keep going. It was a full show. It was about her. It was about women. It was about what women are having to deal with. It was about raising men and how do we do what better. It was about her new life. And this was almost like a coming out for her, because people know her as Lois. People know her as Susie from Maisel. And this was her saying this, I mean, without quoting Camp Rock, this is real. This is me. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be.
The good news is no one would have gotten that reference, so it doesn't even matter that you were quoting.
You're absolutely right.
So you're
about
super in the clear.
something.
Here's two more things I want to say about it.
Yeah.
Number one, it occurs to me only at this moment, this was a cabaret show.
Yeah.
Okay, if this was identified as a cabaret show, it could have gone on for another 30 minutes, easily. And it would have been the best cabaret show ever. But it was identified as a comedy show, and to me, I did not expect what I saw. When I got to the middle of the end, the funniest thing that she did was she started talking. I wrote it down because I wanted to say it.
Yeah.
She did this whole long callback thing where she walked you through all this, and then she says to the audience, you just sang the weirdest shit ever just because I asked you to, and that is how Hitler came to power. And it got a huge laugh, and it made tons of sense, and it was frightening and gross and hilarious all at once. That's comedy. She did this whole bit about the Justice League and how Wonder Woman dies of melanoma because she flies too close to the sun in a clear jet and doesn't get health care, and her superpower is making men tell the truth.
Holding a
That's
rope.
what she gets?
Right. Holding
That's
a
what
string.
she gets?
Right.
A string that makes men tell the truth. This is as good. They get bombs, and that's what she gets? So that's how far-fetched it would be for men to tell the truth. So that shit's funny. Those are jokes. Those are bits. Those are observations turned into comedy. In the beginning, in my opinion, it didn't feel that way. In the beginning, it felt like facts listed as facts. So that was the only thing. This was a cabaret show that was well done as a cabaret show. I was not prepared to be watching cabaret. So there you have it. Watch it. It's worth it. And then go and tell us what you think. And now I'm done with that topic. How about that? Imagine me being done with a topic ever. I'm not.
I'm great with you being done with the topic. I just still endorse wildly, but I don't know that I heard this is a comedy show. I know who Alex Borstein is, so I just wanted to see whatever she puts out because I think she's brilliant. And yeah, I do think it was more cabaret than just stand up because she does sing and dance and write and share her life, and it was I thought it was beautiful. That's not the only case of blood and vomit we have on today's board, was it?
Well, I guess not really. And the reason for the blood and vomit references, she references it heavily in her comedy show. See, I'm going to start calling it that.
But also, you inquired within your house, as well as I'm sure you took it to the streets. Taking it to the... Dear listener, do you know that Amy in her a cappella group sang the song Taking It to the Streets? And if you are the luckiest humans, maybe she'll give you a few bars. She's fan-fucking-tastic. You think she's funny on here or not. You think whatever you want. You think whatever you want. There's one thing that you could never argue. She has one of the most amazing voices I have ever heard. And she used
I love you.
Yeah.
Truly I do.
Not that one. She used her voice to ask her husband and many others, I assume, would you do ayahuasca? And what would stop you from doing ayahuasca?
Well, no, but let's just go right there. And then we got into after his shocking response. God, the man shocks me always.
He's just honest. I don't know what's so shocking.
I don't know that he's, I think that's his honest response, but his honest response is shocking. Let's take it down.
Take it down.
Okay. So I'm not fully through Ted Lasso. We've started watching it again, whatever the current one is. And there is a thing in there where they do ayahuasca tea. Okay. And Ted, the character, has to decide whether or not to do it. So the conversation came up, would you do it? And that led to this protracted, ill-informed discussion of what's the difference between psilocybin and ayahuasca, and is there really a functional difference, and aren't they the same thing? Blah, 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 blah. All the thing. And for some reason, I posed it as, would you do ayahuasca? Not like, have you done, which is normally the question. Would you do? And the answer was no. And from my husband, I looked at him and I said, and we were alone. So there was you're not fronting for anybody.
You're not protecting your children's ears.
No. I said, what? Why? What's preventing you from doing it? And he went, because, and then before he started to speak, I answered for him and he said, exactly. That's how much I know him and how stupid this answer is. I said, why? Because you'd shit yourself? And he goes, and throw up. No thanks. I'm like, that's it? That's the only reason you're not going to do it? And he looked at me like, how is this not the only reason that you would not do this? Like, we just don't fit in that way.
And what's
my little vomit?
What's my response
poops?
on the board?
I didn't look. What'd you say? Tell me in answers.
I also responded to...
What? I'm clicking it now. Let's wait, guys, while my computer catches up to us. What do you think? What? Okay, what's preventing you from doing ayahuasca? Survey says... opportunity?
Yeah, opportunity. I don't actually think Ted Lasso was doing ayahuasca. I think that was like a weird tea thing because I don't think Beard could walk away from ayahuasca without spinning like a sprinkler, shitting and vomiting before he saw the face of God. So
I thought it was ayahuasca tea that they were doing. You think it was just shroom tea?
I think it was, yeah, I do. Only because I feel like I was with Chelsea Handler when she did it. I feel like, and it was televised, I feel like the stories I've heard, Robin Quivers, all the other people, it has been more of an ordeal, and you need to be in a safe place where you can spin and shit and vomit all at the same time. Dude, what show did you think you were listening to when you came here today?
I'm just trying to say, okay, let's just say that's part of it.
Okay.
That you have a total body collapse, right? In terms of your
breakdown.
ability.
You're breaking yourself down to see the face of God, which is really what people say when they do this.
I guess, is this a male-female thing, though? Because when one gives birth, you can expect that your
Gonna shit the
bowels
table and
will
yeah.
release as well.
And then you
right?
drop a 4-pound placenta on top of a baby and hope they duck. Yeah, we're gross. We're gross.
That's a weird thing that I would think that's like, hey, let's do this incredibly pleasurable drug experience and compare it to arguably the most painful experience that you could endure as a human. My point being, why on earth is it prevent it? I don't want to take a drug because it might scramble my brain.
That's a good reason.
That's the thing I'm trying to protect myself from. Not because of my poo-poo in my pants. I mean, who cares? Who cares really? Now that I say it, I feel like I care.
Do you do you hear of stories where people scramble their brain? I've never heard a story where people come back just broken afterwards.
I do in like Reefer Madness. I do. I went to Catholic school. I hear a lot of stories where people's brains are scrambled. I don't think they're real now. We were told a lot of stuff that's not real. I went to Catholic school.
That's an entire podcast right there.
You said it.
I would love to dive deep into, yeah. I mean, I'll try to.
So that's the reason that you're like, do you know what? I think I will have some psilocybin. How hard can this be? It's just a little poop. Get some Depends. Or maybe stay near the toilet.
Well, that's
like
the
there
thing.
are ways around it. Yeah.
When they do things like this, you do it with a shaman. You do it in a confined space where you know there's a bathroom here and a bucket here and a
shaman with some Charmin, and you're ready to go.
I hope you have Charmin. Do you know? I know someone who doesn't travel anywhere without several rolls of Charmin.
Okay, let's get into it. So here it comes. We're headed to Costa Rica in, actually, someone told me 11 days. Like, it's not far away. I don't know when it is. It's sometime.
It's exciting.
Not really, because now I heard you can't have toilet paper in Costa Rican. No toilet paper.
That can't be right.
That's right.
You know,
get you a squirt bottle and Jesus, because it's not coming. No toilet paper.
A squirt bottle is always a good idea, not just after delivery. But I'm going to have to say, bring your own toilet paper. Is it a
No, they won't let you flush it. You can't use it. You can't use toilet paper.
Plastic bags. Wipe yourself.
I don't know. This is from my friend.
Throw it away.
I feel like I have to say this part. I feel like I have to say. Well, I have to say two things about her. Okay. Number one, she's a board certified medical professional. She has extreme expertise. Right. Lots of education. Totally getting it. She is also kind of on the cusp of QAnon conspiracist. So she's two things at once. And she's the one that told me about the toilet paper. So I don't know if it's real.
Molly lives there. Can you write her on Facebook and see from She Podcast? Remember Molly?
Woman from the She Podcast that we saw who moved there. That's right.
She's so lovely. She'd be happy to.
Is there toilet paper?
Yeah, reach out.
Is there toilet paper?
Dear listeners, do you know? Can you help her within the next 11 days?
Help me. And we're staying. It's at a house. We're not staying in a public place. We're all gonna stay in one home, like not in a hotel. If it was a hotel, the hotel's gonna provide me with some fucking sheets.
And what's the purpose of this trip? Just for funsies?
Joy.
See, happy gal. There you go.
Our friends here have two kids that match up with two of our kids exactly, and then they have an older who's a little bit older than our oldest. So each of our families of 5 paired up, and we're going to go celebrate the high school graduates as they move on. In both cases, it's our middle child in both families. We're all going to go. We're going to split a house. We've got a chef. It's got a pool. It's on a mountain. There'll be monkeys. Hopefully, there'll be some fucking toilet paper.
I'm not wearing underpants either. For Mother's Day this year, I got the FaceTimes from both of my kids. One came from Jerusalem, and the other one FaceTime
How
came from...
How is he? Because I also saw in the news that there's sort of bombing over there.
There's always bombing over there. So it's my heart as in my throat. And
okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of terrified and I'm not really breathing, but he's having an amazing time. So as I hook myself up to the toilet and stress shit my way through his massive visit, he's having an amazing time. And it's beautiful to see. His next leg is in Cyprus. And
when does that begin? Like another 5 days?
I want to say the 3 days from now. His Israel leg ends, and then he goes to Cyprus. And that will be incredible. He's got an Airbnb there, but it's a resort. I mean, it's a resort town. It's a Also, Turkey, I just come home. Can you everybody just come home and put their bubble wrap suits back on and keep mommy happy?
He is fine. He's fine. You need to go somewhere where they don't let you have toilet paper and see how you like it.
I can't imagine. By the way, the person who used toilet paper and brings it with him everywhere sleeps on the other side of the bed from me. And
he does not bring toilet paper wherever he goes. Don't make a face.
Okay,
don't roll your eyes. Tell me that's not true. I can't have it anymore. I don't like him now. Stop. It's fundamentally changing my opinion. It's like that QAnon doctor.
I don't think it is changing your opinion. You know of a man who likes comfort, and he likes his toilet paper. But I mean, he's not taking it to Costa Rica, but in the back.
Is he, though?
I don't know. Maybe. We did choose a location for our end of summer trip.
Oh, did you now?
We will be spending it in Cabo. If any of you would like to join us, come.
Cabo Vandicos. Let's hit it.
That's where we're going. So feel free to come and join us. We are all in. What we will not be doing in Cabo is camping.
Again, with my surprise husband, who is a continual source of surprise.
Go ahead.
Even he won't spell the word camp. He wants so far away from anything that has to do with camping. And yet, one of the getaways that he's recommended just for us to be, let's go do this together.
Yeah.
Is to go into Asheville, not too far from here, because they have these treetops that I've wanted to go to that are like super, but then they have, it's kind of like a treehouse, but the entire exterior is mirrored. So I think they literally call it the mirror house. So you go out into the mountains and you don't see anything except the mountains reflected back at you because the entire exterior is a mirror. And all I can think about is how many birds are they killing every time? But it is stunning to look at and super modern and gorgeous and very groovy. And I was like, yeah, I wonder what the inside's like. The outside's great. So anyway, he was talking about that. Can you believe it?
No, I cannot.
Camp, right?
I cannot.
I've become fixated with camping. And then you say the word camp. And on TikTok, which I do watch with regularity,
is it cutting into your fishdom time?
You're not nice. And somehow,
I have two addictions. Yeah.
Look, I'm not going to tell you that I now have a thumb injury from holding my phone in a certain way when I go to bed and watching my
physical
TikToks.
Therapy. You need
I
have
did
the
not
perfect gift
buy.
For you.
They have a little ring. Did you see this ring?
That's the gift.
And I thought, I'm not buying this.
You just put your phone down and you
it.
just move your thumb to switch to the next TikTok.
It's equivalent of like a clicker, and it fits on your finger like a regular ring, and you can click, 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 and intended for folks who are like on a treadmill and away. So you're just watching the screen, and then you want to advance the screen without disrupting your gait. That actually seems great, as opposed to me, where I'm lazily scrolling as I'm prone in my own bed at nighttime and can't be bothered to move my thumb unless it's in such a way where I get like a repetitive stress injury.
That's what you have from laying there. I think it was
you're
meant.
Not nice.
I think it was meant for turning the pages on a Kindle.
Sure, we're gonna
right.
Say
it
that.
keeps moving to the next screen.
I think that's great.
Yeah,
it's educational.
Yeah,
it's for enrichment. It's for smartening myself. All these things. That's what it's for, and I'm here for it.
Are you?
Well, now that led me to this account, which is really fascinating. It's called Camp Out West, and this couple, and they appear to be sane, are super cute.
Appear to be,
right? And they live in Wales. And they bought, as you do, they sold every piece of their belongings, every single stitch of their belongings, including their home and everything in it.
And bought.
And left $500 in their bank account because it took every penny they had to buy an abandoned RV park. They call it a caravan park. So they bought an abandoned park with rotted trailers on it in the middle of who knows where, God's country. And they've spent a year rehabilitating this place. They had 2 cars that they found out there. And I was like, what are they going to do? Are they going to make it like Airbnbs? What are they doing? Nope. They're ripping up all the caravans and just throwing them away.
What are they doing with the property?
It's a 10-part series on TikTok, and I still don't know. They've been out there for a year. I've watched all 10 videos, and it's them just like digging for water. And it's raining here, and we take showers outside, and I don't understand what they're doing. I don't know why they did it, and I won't stop watching.
So the counter to that are the 3 guys that I saw buy a high school or an elementary school or a school.
Oh, those are fun.
An enormous abandoned school in a town that once ran around that school. The whole town was dead because this place was down. So they restarted to redo it. Each classroom was an apartment, and the gym stayed the gym, and the cafeteria stayed the cafeteria, but it needed sprucing.
I'm so excited. I want to have.
Yeah.
I want to be there.
I
I
wanna
want
be
to go and
there.
have parties there, and I want to play basketball in that auditorium.
Yes,
sort of.
100% yes. No, 100% no to your RV park thing tear out.
You're gonna watch Camp Out West, and you're gonna say you're gonna have the prevailing question. I think is gonna be why. Why are they doing this? Why am I watching this? Why am I still watching this? Why? It's really good. It causes you to think deeply. It's great. That's what TikTok is for.
Is that something I can't accomplish by painting on my brand new iPad that I got for Mother's
stop
Day?
it with your painting. Look, this is other people doing labor. They're tired. They're invested.
I do enjoy
they're
that.
Pursuing some purpose.
But
I don't know what it is.
do you get to see the change from what it was to what it becomes? Like, do you get to see?
We're still in the midst
Yeah,
of progress. There's a guy in New York who's restoring some kind of. He's got another house. You watch one, and then TikTok goes, and it brings you all the rest of anything that's remotely like it. So I keep getting it. You're gonna like those Korean parking lot camper videos.
I hope I never see them.
It didn't sound great when I said it.
I hope I never see them. I have some time, and I want to ask you because it's kind of been on the front of my brain.
On my mind.
See what I tell you, listener. I told you.
That's not a thing.
If you could wake up tomorrow with one quality, what would it be?
One quality. Wow. Okay, I admit I thought about this in advance, and I totally have it. Do you want to say yours first?
I don't have one. I mean, I don't have one.
I pick charisma. Why are you making a fucking face? This is why I want charisma.
What?
This is why I want charisma.
You have
That's the quality.
charisma.
No, shithole. This is what I'm trying to say. I mean, I love you. You're my friend. Shh. Don't say it. Stop. No, I didn't mean that. That's not what I meant.
Good fucking Lord.
I didn't mean that.
You
I
are
didn't mean that.
charisma on feet.
No. Listen. I was trying to think, and I had this whole category. Are they like fantasy things, or is it something that's real, like fantasy, like can you change time or something like that?
Start with realistic. That's a very good question. Start with the realistic one. And
then I thought, okay, what's it gonna be? And then I thought, okay, is it motivation? Is it metabolism? Like, what is the one thing that controls everything? And here's where I landed on charisma, because it's the thing that controls everything. That's effortless, so I don't have to do shit. Everybody wants me and what I got with me doing nothing at all. So it's not about better time management. It's not about eating less, exercising more, being organized, any of this stuff. It's just this natural, whoa. The vibes flow off me, and everybody wants it. And then they start giving you things. They give you bags of swag. They give you money. They give you monkeys. Whatever you want, they bring it to you because you have charisma.
Charisma sounds a lot like celebrity.
No.
The way you just described it, charisma sounded like celebrity. I got to tell you, the only people I know who could afford half the cars that I see on the road are celebrities, but they're not buying them. They're being gifted them because they're seeing them and they have a charisma, but it's celebrity.
Here's how I differentiate that. Charisma is a force that is intangible. It's a vibration. It's an attraction. It's something that is preternatural, right? It's a vibe, literally. You can't stand in the presence of this person and be unchanged. It's just a pull. And celebrity, you have to buy into it in all ways. You have to buy into it to be a fan of this person, because if you don't know this person's a celebrity and you stood around them, you wouldn't care at all about them. If you had no knowledge of their celebrity status. It's a status that can be achieved and attained, and it involves two people to buy in. The person who is the celebrity, one might presume has talent with which to earn some sort of expertise celebrity, right? And others around who are going to give it. What I'm talking about is this natural, crazy, chaotic pull that Seinfeld called it the Kavorka, right? It's just this notion that you're around you. I need more of what you got right now, and I don't care where it's coming from. I want. Take. Take what I have. Here, take it. You want some more? Let me go deliver for you. Yes, master. Like, I don't want people to be that around me. That's gross. But I will accept your gifts. I mean, if crows want to bring me stuff, I thought about training crows. I'm just going to stick on topic. I think charisma is what I pick. Did you see that thing about crows? This woman has another thing on TikTok. Shut up. I'm going to tell you real quick. Did you see that thing on? So I want to train crows, and I thought this would be like a good side hustle for me because that's kind of fun, right? And so this woman is a crow researcher, and she's been training crows for 4 years. You know, crows are incredibly
Brilliant.
intelligent.
They're very smart.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are tons of crows in my yard already because fuck you. And instead of hating them, I thought, let's make them work for me. There's a couple of folks, one woman who's a researcher, another guy who's just a guy, and now makes his living because he has trained crows over the years to bring him change. And they bring him $40,000 a month in change to the top of his apartment.
Are you
in New York.
fucking kidding me?
I'm not fucking kidding. Everybody trains crows. Researchers train them to pick up specific bags of trash just to test their intelligence. Okay, so this one researcher on TikTok, now you're going to get all the TikTok crow talk. Crow talk is great. Okay. The crow.
I'm going back to lesbian bread talk. I don't know if I can handle crow talk.
That's great too. But listen, the crows are so intelligent.
Yeah.
They brought her a puzzle piece with a picture of a walnut on it because the crows wanted the human to give them more walnuts. She would leave them walnuts, and the crows went out and found a picture of a walnut on a puzzle piece.
How? I mean, what?
Because they're fucking smart. Crows would pick up McDonald's trash because they learned that they did some whole study where they self-selected to pick up McDonald's trash because it was more likely to have food in it. So then they do. Crows are fucking smart. If you want them to bring you money, they will. I'm just saying, there's a lot you can learn on TikTok, and it's not all Korean camping in parking lots.
And it's not all zit popper bullshit.
No, I've moved on from that.
My first
charisma.
My first
is the thing I want.
Request would have been for talent. I want to sing.
What?
Sing or
you have talent.
Play guitar or sing. Or music is really. I think she said it in that show that we've debated now for 2 full episodes. I don't know that that's a really good flex, but she said music is the only mercy, like just the only magic that we really have. Music does everything. It could make you feel literally any feeling depending on the music.
It is crazy.
And to be a human who can evoke any one of those feelings as I choose, like a fucking magician, to me is a better superpower than flying or being invisible or reading minds, because
it does actually blow your mind when you think that a sound that can be created through a variety of means stimulates physical emotion in the body.
Isn't that
stimulates change, a physical response? It blows your fucking mind. It's a sound.
They do studies with dementia patients who have not had eye contact or speech or movement in decades, and you play them music from a certain time of their life, the little wrinkles of the brain stretch out a little, hear it and identify, and you have a different person in front of you. Music to me is everything. And I am deficient in all things music other than just appreciating, which for me, for now, is enough. It is enough.
That's you and my husband are highly skilled, highly evolved musicianados, right? You absolutely appreciate music
on another level
and go deep with it.
I agree.
You don't practice the performance of it.
Correct.
You practice the appreciation of it. You are as deeply, if not more deeply connected to it than many musicians. So it's interesting to me that you would pick music because you said, first thing you said, well, I think you said talent, which is asinine because you have that. So I think you said something like singing because you can, even that, you can learn it. You can practice it and learn it. You can practice and learn any I can't think of the word. Instrument. I was like musical, and then the next word didn't come.
The issue is I've hit an age, and the ADHD is rearing its ugly head in addition to the perimenopause. I've got like all
they come together.
Oh, okay. Well, they're giving me a 1-2 punch. Like I've been bitch slapped in the last couple of months by these two things together. And you never know. There's a line in The West Wing where the president has MS and he said, I lost my ability for balance. I just have to have faith it'll come back. It's not something I can get back. It's something that has to find me kind of thing. And I kind of feel like similarly, I don't have the performance of it. I would love for it to, at 50 and the brain's not clicking, it's not natural to me. I have a deep appreciation, I think, because I can't do and because it moves and it bangs and she moves.
She bangs. Yep. I was there with you.
So I want to be part of anything like that can bring out literally any emotion in people. Like the full spectrum of emotions. I have laughed. I have cried. I have shoulder rocking on both sides. Like it's just
pick an instrument. What are you going to learn? Pick one.
Oh my God. What?
Pick one. You have guitars in your house. You have pianos in your house. You have drums in your house. You got holes in this house. What do you want to play? What do you want to play? Pick one.
I can't do this.
Pick one. You're going to pick your voice. Your voice is an instrument. Are you going to pick singing? Are you going to pick piano? Are you going to pick drums? You're going to pick guitar. You're going to pick ukulele. You're going to pick banjo. You're going to pick accordion. You're going to pick harmonica.
Some of those are very funny because you do literally pick banjo and a ukulele and a guitar. So double entendre for you. And maybe let's say voice. Are you saying I'm finding an instructor for this?
I sure.
No.
I've said, no, here's the thing. You don't have to have expertise in this. You simply have to attempt. So if this is something that if you wanted to wake up tomorrow with this characteristic, with this quality, then guess what? You're going to attempt it. And I'm going to attempt it. My son, who I have painstakingly rent-to-owned and now own a giant cello that is a whole lot of dollars that he put down and will never pick up again, I laughingly said, yeah, I'd like to play it. I love the sound it makes. I mean, I sort of love everything about it. I love the way you sort of hug it when you play it. I think it's really groovy. It'd be awesome. And I was like, maybe I'll learn to play it. And he immediately, because my son plays the cello so well that he could effortlessly be a cellist. He could go and be a symphony performer in any city that he wants to play in. He's that good. And he is super lazy about it. He doesn't do any of the practice. He will never do this because he doesn't do any of the practicing. He took to that instrument better than people who are desperate to be experts at that instrument have ever played. He is innate with it. And so I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll be okay with it, or at least he can laugh at me while I give it a try. So my thinking is, I'm going to unzip that fucker.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to play a note or two. And you're going to open your mouth in the shower.
Oh, I do that all the time. I sing all the time. It doesn't mean I'm good at it. It doesn't mean people aren't cringing and thinking, oh, good God, shut her up. But I don't
then progress from singing all the time into pick one song and learn it
right?
as if you were to perform it.
Shame on you.
Learn it so that when karaoke starts, that's your go-to song.
I don't flush with panic and run out of the room and get everybody drinks.
Just learn it as if karaoke comes on. You know the one song that you can perform to karaoke because you know all the chord progressions. You know all the lyrics. You know when it sounds good and when you need to modulate your voice and when you don't. You know what part is backup and what part is the lead. Learn it as if. You don't ever have to perform it, but you won't ever perform it until you learn it.
Dear listener, what song should I make mine? Hit me with your best shot. What are we looking at? Where do you think I fall?
Anaconda don't want if you don't have some buns, hun. That's okay. I don't understand.
And that's the other thing. I know all the words to all those songs and can't for fuck sing a shit.
Do rap. Do rap.
Oh, I do.
Why don't you do rap? Work for the Beastie Boys.
And those are Jews from New York. Like, let's pull that shit off.
I'm trying to say talent. Get it.
I had a conversation with my kid and I said, well, I love that you're starting now, self-taught mostly, to play guitar again. He said, well, let's start a band. What instrument would you want to play? I'm like,
bing, bing, fucking go, bingo, bingo,
I said
bingo.
I would want to play bass. Like, I love that
Perfect.
bass
And that's
guitar
super easy.
so much.
So easy. It's so easy.
It's got the best part of every song. Yeah, I love that part, but I'm going to try. I don't think my brain works.
Let me say it like this. It is so easy to be proficient at bass. To be an extraordinary bassist is extremely difficult, but the majority of like percussion, it is so easy to be proficient at percussion. To be an excellent drummer, you got to fucking know what you're doing.
That's
but
your
to hold a
10,000
beat,
hours.
Hold a beat. You can do some basics.
That's your
with a bass.
fishum right there, 10,000 hours. Dear listener, if you had the ability to have this one quality, this one thing about you when you wake up in the morning, what would it be? Do fucking tell. And did you see Alex Borstein, and did you like it? You have several assignments this week. It's almost finals week. Kids are finishing up college. They're all coming home. These are your finals. It is your job. But Melissa, how could we possibly talk at you the way you talk at us? I'll tell you. We can be directly emailed at brilliantobservations@gmail.com. You can find us on socials at both Listen Brilliant, Instagram and Twitter, and just right there on Facebook at Brillob Squad under the Brilliant Observations page. Come see us. We would love to interact with you. That's kind of sad. Am I too thirsty?
No, and I'll tell you, I'll take it one step further. If you're still listening at this point, that means you're a true, devoted
And thank you.
listener.
Yeah.
And you may even be in the podcasting strata yourself. And if that's the case, I want to let you in on two little pieces of information. Number one,
They don't
She
allow toilet
Podcasts
paper.
Live. She Podcasts Live does have toilet paper.
Yeah.
Yes, to toilet paper. That is happening in Washington, D.C. in June. I want to say it's the 19th to the 21st. I could be wrong.
I think
because I don't know.
22nd. Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
I think you're
Check
there.
out She Podcast Live and you'll be able to find it, where you're going to get lots of content. If you're anywhere near Washington, D.C., you can also get a day pass. So if you want to just pop in, see your favorite folks and leave, go for it. And by favorite folks, I of course mean me, because I will be there because it fits into my fucking schedule. So if you would like to be yelled at by me in person, I'm here for it. I have all the charisma you could possibly want, and I would love to meet you and say thank you and give you some swag that I probably won't because I can never find the swag when I need it. And it would be great. So come to Washington, D.C., or just go there for yourself because it's great, and there's cherry blossoms, and Washington is fun. That's it. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you so much for turning us on. I hope our blood, vomit, spit, camping, what other ridiculous things, talent, all this stuff, all our charisma today turned you on a little.
If you think
that you have charisma,
listener,
I do.
If you think, dear listener, that you can wake up with some quality that's better than charisma, that's better than talent, I'd love to fucking hear it. Because we picked two really good ones.
Challenge.
So quit with the judgment, number one. Okay? We don't need to be judged by
and
you.
go do a number 2.
That's right. With your weird underwear and no toilet paper.
I also want to know how often you buy new underpants, because I just put them in my Amazon cart.
You buy them from Amazon?
I do now. We'll see if I like them. I don't want to spend too much on stuff that's going to not... I don't know. How do you pick out underwear other than with your thumb and your pointer?
You hope and pray and try it on and throw it away.
That's what I do.
It.
That's what I'm doing. So I'm buying a new
That's it.
round, and I'm curious how often this is supposed to happen. And your underwear story today has motivated me to hit checkout. Dear listener, we love you. We can't help ourselves. Look in the mirror. For fuck's sake, you're everything.
That's what I said.
Take care.
Bye. Bye. My underwear appear to have their own mobility